Wait till I tell the boss about this.
This orc just killed you. He remembers it. He got promoted because of it. He named himself after it. And the next time you're gonna meet him, he's going to bring it up.
You! But I'll put you down this time. You're gonna stay down!
In 2014, Warner Bros. Quietly released a Lord of the Rings game that contained what might be the single greatest mechanic ever put into a video game. The Nemesis System. A system so original, so genuinely revolutionary that Warner Bros. Patented it, which would be fine if they had actually done anything with it. Instead, we got two games, Shadow of Mordor in 2014 and Shadow of War in 2017. But then Monolith got shut down by Warner Bros. And the Nemesis System disappeared with it. And now nobody can legally use it until 2035. The Nemesis System works like this. Every orc captain in the game is procedurally generated. They get a name, a rank, a personality, a set of strengths and weaknesses, and a voice.
Just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole! Do you know what I mean? Birmingham is a fucking shithole!
No two captains are the same, and they remember you and your previous interactions. If a regular orc NPC kills you, he gets promoted and carries that kill as a trophy. If you defeat him and let him live, he comes back with a scar and a grudge. If you brand him as an ally, but then he witnesses you dying in combat, he might decide that loyalty isn't worth it and he might betray you.
What? How much more betrayal can I take?
The game generates a personal villain for you, one that exists because of your specific playthrough. So for nearly a decade, one of gaming's most innovative ideas has been sitting in a vault collecting dust. But the good news is that the two games that actually got to use the Nemesis System are still ridiculously good, and that's what makes it so frustrating. The games needed a world built around the Nemesis System, which is convenient because that's exactly what Shadow of Mordor's story is about. Shadow of Mordor tells the story of Talion, a ranger stationed at the Black Gate in Mordor. He has a wife and son, and everything seems to be fine, until Sauron's forces show up, and the Black Hand of Sauron kills him and his entire family in a ritual. Except Talion doesn't stay dead. Instead, he's banished from death, stuck between the world of the living and the world of the dead. Now his body is fused with Celebrimbor, an elf who's turned into a Jedi ghost, who is absolutely furious about everything. Together, they declare a one-man war on Sauron's entire chain of command. A few years later, Shadow of War happens. Talion and Celebrimbor forge their own ring of power and use it to raise an army to siege Mordor itself. Shadow of Mordor's story is about revenge. Shadow of War's story is about conquest. And the gameplay is the proof. Shadow of Mordor's gameplay is very similar to the Batman Arkham games. The combat is Rocksteady's free-flow combat system, the same strikes and counters, which ironically the most recent game that uses the free-flow system is the new LEGO Batman game. Shadow of Mordor even has its own version of detective mode, where you can see the difference between the world of the living and the world of the dead. Now aside from orcs, you also have Caragors, which are like big cats, that you can either fight or use to get from place to place. And you also have Graugs, which are very similar to the Rancor from Star Wars. The first game gave you two maps, Udun and the other was Nirn. Each region acts as its own separate instance, featuring a unique aesthetic, specific stronghold layouts, and its own hierarchy of orc captains and war chiefs. Shadow of War gives you way more visual variety. Snowy mountain fortresses, lush forests, volcanic hellscapes. It's a much bigger game, in every sense. Shadow of War also added a loot system, gear drops with different stats, new weapons and armor sets, gem slots. They added trolls into the game, which are part of the Nemesis system alongside the orcs.
See, he's not so fast!
Your pathetic weapons are nothing to the Dark Lord.
The Nemesis system itself was also upgraded. And Shadow of War also has a new feature, which is the various orc tribes and their unique attributes and looks. Another cool feature which was added was pit fights, where you throw your branded captains into an arena and watch them beat the absolute out of each other for fun and experience points.
And of all the superlative
You win some, you lose some, basically Orc UFC. Somebody called Dana White, but one of Shadow of War's best features is fortress sieges. You're no longer just fighting Orc captains and war chiefs, you're building an army, planting spies, taking entire regions of Mordor one fortress at a time. Also, somehow till this day, people are still playing the online siege mode, which you can use to recruit orcs that you encounter for your own army. At one point, I branded someone's overlord and sent him to infiltrate a fortress as a spy in the last remaining region I hadn't yet conquered. Brilliant plan. He died immediately. So naturally, I recruited the orc who killed him instead and sent him to infiltrate the fortress in his place. And somehow that worked. That spy helped me take over the last remaining region I hadn't conquered. So I finally stormed the fortress, kicked open the throne room doors, marched up to confront the overlord. He smacked me once and I nearly died, but instead of killing me, he decided to humiliate me.
No, you can't give up now. The boys will want a better story than that. Get up and make this a proper victory for me.
But if we analyze the footage, we can see that I accidentally slipped on a banana peel, and that's why he nearly killed me. But then I cut off his head. Shadow of War added rideable fire-breathing dragons into the game called Drakes, because why not, which you can use to fight a Balrog. So do they hold up in 2026? Yes, without question. Both games have amazing gameplay, great stories, and you can easily spend hundreds of hours on both games. The soundtrack is amazing and these games are masterpieces, and I truly recommend you try them out, but there still is this feeling of a huge wasted opportunity with the Nemesis System that we are unlikely to witness being used for any new games for the time being, sadly.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. Swag. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts.